are here to talk about the Steelers and the Browns. We'll be breaking down the injury report. We'll also be breaking down what we think is going to happen with the game. So, first of all, let's get into another thing that we're going to get into as well. Congratulations to the Pittsburgh Steelers for going 4-0. First time since 1979 going 4-0. We'll take that all day long. Thank you very kindly. Also, how about the Chase Claypool show? Welcome to the NFL. How about that? 4 catches or 4 touchdowns. 3 catches for a touchdown and 1 end around for a touchdown. He had a total of 10 touches, over 111 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That, I believe, is a record for a rookie, especially for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, how about that? We like Chase Claypool. Did a little video about him, too, when he got drafted. And, man, I'll tell you, he made it out of camp, and with the injury to Ante Johnson, with his back injury after, I believe it was the second quarter last week, where a kick return, and he went out with a back injury and didn't return, and that's when Chase Claypool came in full time to take over for him, and it became the Chase Claypool show. I mean, okay, whatever. Pittsburgh Steelers 4-0 against the Cleveland Browns at 4-1. Pittsburgh usually does well coming off of a bye week, and they did so quite handed there against the Eagles. That was more of a game than it probably should have been, but nonetheless, that resulted in quite a laundry list of players that didn't practice on Wednesday. Now, obviously, for non-injury related vet benefits under Tomlin, Roethlisberger gets Wednesdays off, and Stephon Tuitt took advantage of that day as well, too. We did have some players coming back from injury who had full practice. And then we also had some players who completely did not practice, which is Marquise Pouncey, DeCastro, Eric Ebron, Schuster, and Don Johnson didn't practice. Those potentially could be a little more worrying, especially DeCastro and Pouncey. I'm more worried about those injuries where DeCastro kind of has an abdomen injury, and that might be more so, and the Pouncey injury is a foot. If these two guys miss the game against the Browns, that's going to be another reshuffling of the offensive line, and so we're getting kind of used to that now. So I mean, it's already been a patchwork as it is already. So, but let's see more of Chucks. Let's see more of Kevin Dotson. I'm all for that. And also, Wisniewski came in and had practice as well, too. So that's good news. So we might need him for this game against the Browns, that's for sure, especially if Pouncey and DeCastro can't play. So we'll definitely be needing those guys. Ebron didn't play or didn't practice either, and I'm hoping that that's just something that he can just work through and be able to play on Sunday and be able to take care of things. Welcome back to full practice, Derek Watt from a hamstring. Welcome back to a full practice, Marcus Allen, and also limited practice with TJ Watt, but then also the full practice of Wisniewski too. So welcome back to practice. For the other side of the ball here on the Browns, that is a bit of a different story. Their list is a slightly bit, maybe, I don't know, longer. Let's start off with the Cleveland Browns 4-1. They had some folks that did not practice. They have Ronnie Harrison Jr. in the concussion protocol. He did not practice. They had Carl Joseph with a hamstring. He did not practice. Jarvis Landry with his hips and ribs did not practice. Jacob Phillips, linebacker, did not practice with a knee. And Wyatt Teller, the guard with a calf, did not practice. Also limited practice was Baker Mayfield. Also limited practice was Kareem Hunt. So that's okay. Kareem Hunt is coming back, so that's good news for them. And Baker Mayfield limited practice. That's not a good thing for them. So they had quite a few other center had a limited practice with a knee. Their defensive end with a groin, limited practice, Oliver Verton. So they have quite a few guys on there that were limited practices. So their list might be a little bit longer for guys that might miss. Jordan Elliott did come back for a full practice on that one too. So their defensive tackle and their defensive end, although Oliver Verton did have limited practice, he was practicing at least anyway, so in a limited state. So that's good news for them. But that's I think is going to be the matchup right there. I think it's, I mean we're looking at the Cleveland offense with Jarvis Landry, with potentially Kareem Hunt and Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham Jr. against our defensive backfield of Minka Fitzpatrick and Nelson and Hayden and Sutton or whoever else we want to throw out back there, or an Edmonds or whatever. I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at here on this game, and that's where I think that matchup is going to be. I think if Pittsburgh can sustain a good pass rush like we have, because our defense is kind of built that way, and our defensive front has been amazing this year with Tua Aluo, and I butchered that name. I'm sorry. And Tuitt and Hayward, man, those guys have just been on fire this year. So man, go for them, But that's what I think the matchup's going to be. If we can sustain a rush with those front four, then and get Baker Mayfield running around, then I think we have a much better chance of pulling them guys in. I'm not really worried about any of the running game that they might potentially have. They're going to get some runs, but I think for the most part our defense has been really, really stout against the run game, and I'm not really looking for them to establish that. Baker Mayfield's been throwing a lot of passes, and they've been scoring a lot of points to go 4-1. So this is going to be for battle of top of the AFC North. This might potentially also be a battle for the top of the AFC North, or just the AFC period, because the Kansas City losing to the Raiders, and with Baltimore not all the way, so. This is going to be one of these teams here this coming weekend is going to not be undefeated. So there's a couple teams left: Pittsburgh, Seattle, one of them, and the Titans are the other ones. So this weekend, either we're going to have all those teams are going to be at 5-0, and or one of those teams are going to be at 4-1, and the rest are going to be at 5-0. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to go. Hopefully, Pittsburgh is going to be on that 5-0. That's exactly where I'm planting them. I'm looking for this game to be not quite the barn burners that some of the previous games have been with the Browns this past season in their games. I'm looking for this game to be a little bit more defensively rounded on our side of the ball, more so than what on their side of the ball. So I'm looking for this game to be more of along the 28-17 range. That's kind of where I'm throwing this one. I'm looking for a Steelers victory on this. Go Steeler Nation. And we're looking for maybe another Chase Claypool breakout game, and or maybe another Juju Smith-Schuster game. That would be great. And we're going to definitely be looking at running back by committee. So I'm looking for the Steelers to take it to the Brownies 28-17. That's going to be my prediction for this game. Check us out on YouTube. We'll be going live for the game, at least to check that out. So please let us know what you think. Hit the like and subscribe. Please let some comments in there. I'd love to talk about this game. Love to get into it with y'all. That would be great. Also, you can check us out at www.steelflyers.com. That's a one-stop shop to get all of your great videos, all of our great content, all of our podcasts, and everything that's going to be coming on and going on there. Look for a lot of great new content coming to the website. Going to be some great changes coming to, and all that kind of great stuff for you, because we want to keep you guys going, and we want to give you guys the best information possible. So, go Steelers. We'll check you guys out on Sunday. Remember, stay safe, stay strong, and hang tough.